This is regulator maintenance for a Geo R5. All of the regulator assembly is housed in the grip frame. In order to access the regulator, you need to remove the two mounting screws in the bottom of the pops assembly. Remove both those screws, pull out the pop assembly, and using some pliers, preferably smooth nose pliers, carefully grip the stem of the regulator piston. That can be taken out. Before we do anything else, just want to clean inside the pocket for the regulator assembly, make sure that's clean and free of any old grease. Place the marker to the side for now. We can also take the regulator piston and we can clean that up. Take the spring, do the same, regulator spring, and then we can also clean off any grease from regulator body. Removing the regulator body, there's a hole through the top hat. Just place a 1/8 hex key into there, you can rotate that and that will bring out the regulator body. In this case the regulator adjuster has also come out. That just leaves in here the gasket that seals the pops body onto the frame, and you can see the filter in there as well. You can then continue cleaning these parts, removing the old grease. This is all you would need to do for your basic regulator maintenance. However, this black surface here is your main regulator seal. This is where the conical face on the end of the regulator piston seals against. So obviously if we have any damage to this seal, or rather any damage to the sealing face or to this seal itself, may need to replace that regulator seal. In order to do that, I have to separate the two sections of the stainless and the brass parts here. So if you just place 1/8 in the bottom of the adjuster and then undo the brass cap, this will allow you to access the regulator seal. This is pushed in here, it's quite a tight fit. Once that seal is all the way out, underneath here we have purge poppet and purge spring. This is the mechanism that allows the gun to fully degas itself when you remove the tank and not leave any air stored inside. It does have a sealing face on the bottom here, seals inside the bottom of the regulator seal. So you can either at this point just flip this seal over or replace it completely with one from the spares bag. Do not use anything other than a Planet Eclipse regulator seal in this application. To rebuild it, simply drop purge poppet and spring back in, take your new or flipped regulator seal, push that back in, push that down into place. Once that's pushed all the way down, put the cap back on, put the key back into the bottom, and just screw this together until the brass is meeting up with the stainless steel. It doesn't need to be torqued down tight, literally just screwing it down until it stops. Finally, just have one more seal that's actually inside this brass piece, the regulator body. That's the seal that seals around the stem of the piston. Very important seal, and any leaks from a regulator are normally from dirt or debris or wear and tear on this number 8 O-ring inside here. Very important that we grease that each time we do maintenance. So now we're going to rebuild the regulator. We'll put the adjuster back in first, just a very small amount of grease on this O-ring. We can screw that back into the bottom pops body. We can grease the O-ring around the outside of the regulator body, and we can put that back in. Use the 1/8 again just to tighten that down. Then, as mentioned before, it's very important we grease the number 8 inside here. So easiest way to do that is just put a small amount of grease on the end of a small driver and just move that around. Make sure that that number 8 inside there is greased. Finally, we need to grease both the O-ring on the piston and also the stem of the piston. Again, this is where the number 8 seals around here, so that needs grease too. And then we can rebuild the assembly there. Once those are all together, we can slide this complete assembly back inside the frame. Obviously making sure that the gasket is still in place and the filter. Push that all the way down, and it should go all the way into place without any tension being on the regulator spring. Put those 2 screws back in. Just put those in, can tighten those. Final thing to do is to reset the regulator to the factory position. Easiest way to do this is turn the adjuster all the way counterclockwise until it stops first. Once you've hit the full out or fully adjusted maximum position of the adjuster, then we'll go back in 3.5 to 4 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's generally a good starting place. But of course, after any kind of regulator maintenance, you will need to re-chronograph your marker. So that was regulator maintenance on a Geo R5.